Okay. I hope that works. I'm not actually sure that it is. Let me look at this. What's happening here? That needs to get turned back on. There we go. Okay. We're back in the correct chat. Need to pop out this. Pop out the chat. Put it over here. Okay. There we go. That should work. Hopefully that will work. We'll see what happens. Where is you? Okay. Okay, we're live now. Everything should be working. I hope. Welcome in, everybody. Let's make sure that, yep, microphone's working. Let's get the music up and going, and then we're going to start drawing some stuff. I just saw someone say something, and it didn't pop up on the restream. Let me look at this. Need to go here. There we go. Nope. Whatever you said, I just missed it. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find this. There we go. Congratulations on your 1 year. Closer to the sweet release of death. Did it save birthday stream? That was the problem I was trying to fix. I'll check that real quick. It did. Dang it. Well, thank you. My birthday was last week. It's now just a regular Friday. I've edited that. Hopefully that will be correct now. And I can see the chat, which will be better for everybody. How are you doing today, Druid?
I'm okay. Quite sore.
Oh yeah? Started working out again or just beat up?
Yeah, working out again.
Nice.
Thank goodness. If I was this sore just because of my health problems, I'd be at the doctor right now.
Fair enough. I need to stop eating. I do have too many good treats by my desk today. And that's bad. That's bad for everybody.
Oh, we're drawing on burlap today?
Oh yeah, I wanted to try it. I saw saw some other people using canvas, and I was like, I could make a canvas background. So we'll try that. We'll see what it is. It looks like burlap though. I combined some brown paper and some canvas, and you're right, it does look like burlap. So we'll see how that goes. Kid, I see your little grabby hands popping up on the desk. What's going on here? What are you trying to get? What do you think you need from up here? What do you need? You've knocked everything off the desk. It's all on the floor underneath you. Yeah. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you think you need up here, but there's nothing for you.
There you go, a little gesso.
And he walks away.
And he walks away.
What's going on? I didn't get a nap and now I need everything. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Should I gesso it up and then draw?
No. I was making a joke.
I mean, I could just change the background too if we want something else. Adorable menace. Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
It'll be a little bit of a challenge for my painting style, but I'm down to try it.
I mean, we have other options.
Well, you've already set it up, and if you want to draw on this, then we'll draw on this.
Let's see what else we got.
Don't change it on my account. I can deal.
I have some other ones too. I have. We could always go back to this one. I like this one.
Wow. Oh, this one's real grungy.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that looks kind of cool with the gesso. Maybe I'm gonna do that.
It does kind of. It's gonna be the same problem for me with either of these. It's just busyness when I need to start simple. And the solution for that is me scrubbing in a background color.
To be fair, like this is probably my favorite, which is just regular brown paper.
Yeah.
And like, it's not bad.
No, it's not.
Which do you prefer? They're all in here now. You want brown paper or scrubby or canvas?
I
could go back to
don't
white.
really have an opinion.
Well, that's not helpful.
Ugh. I told you not to change it on my account. I'm in the brain space to deal with whatever you want to draw on.
Okay, let's try the canvas today. Kid, you
Yeah.
are destroying all of my stuff. You need to stop. These are not your cards. You have your own cards over here that are already destroyed. You can destroy all you want. Those are mine, though. Yeah. Are you tired, baby? No, not tired, baby. I hate this so much. You're going on the floor. Yeah, I know it sucks. He will do this thing where I will hold. Ooh, geez, kid, you're fine. You really are. I promise you, you are safe and fine. I'll hold him, right? Like so, I'm like this. I'm a brick, and he's like this, and he's like, I'm tiny baby man. And then when he gets frustrated, he will take his hand and just shove it into my neck. Like, I don't know how else to describe this. Like, this arm's hitting over my shoulder. And he'll just forcefully push his wrist. Like, he won't grab my throat, but the back of his hand, he'll just put it into my Adam's apple and then just shove as hard as he can. And it's just like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And then he'll get this arm and he'll do the same thing until he's just like shoving off of my throat, and I hate it. All right, I'm missing people talking because I was fiddling with paper and then the boy distracted me. Elliot, thank you.
Yep.
That's right. I think we might not be your birthday stream, but it's the day after mine. Nice. So I like that. We will turn off the thing. Do you want to just? What's your suggestion? And I'll warm up with the suggestion for the tippage. Crap on a crud. There we go. Western Justice, welcome in. How are you doing? We're doing all right. How are you and the cats doing? The cats actually passed away. Awkwardly enough. About, a month ago now? Both of them within 2 weeks of each other. It was very strange. It was very strange and very traumatic.
And sad. Yeah.
Very sad. Very sad. Yeah, so I'm doing all right. The boy's doing all right. Yeah, no problem, Western Justice. That's totally fine. But that is, the cats are, there's a no cat house now, and it's kind of a sad day. Orc Pyromancer, keep it simple. Nice, we can do that. Yeah, it was really weird. It was really weird. Like, we've been expecting Skip Cat. He's been in decline for years.
Had cancer in his face.
Yeah, he had kitty cat cancer. And they wanted to remove his jaw, and I'm like, no, we're just going to let him, sunset his time. Because he likes to eat too much, and I don't want to put him through that. And then he lived for another 2 years almost. and then he started slowing down, and one day Pixel just couldn't walk anymore, and we had to go in, and apparently he also had some kind of neurological thing going on. They assume he probably had some kind of brain cancer or brain tumor that we just didn't know about, because His quirks and weirdness were just, we thought it was just normal cat stuff, but apparently it wasn't. And so he lost function in his legs, and we had to put him down. And then 2 weeks later, Skip Cat gave up, which his legs went, but they think from a blood clot, I think. Yeah. So it was really weird because they were so close together and similar, but what actually happened to them was two different things. So can I make a suggestion? You're very welcome to make a suggestion. I'll put it on the list for you. It was a rough start of the year. I think that was in January. So yeah, it's been about 2 months, and we're adjusting to it. Will I get a new cat? Probably. Will it be soon? Probably not. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's always a sad day when you lose a pet. Skip Cat was with me for 16 years. So he was a big part of my life. Okay, I got the list up. I'm going to do a quick orc pyromancer. I should probably do a rugby orc pyromancer, but I need to do a rugby and a pyro. You singing everybody a song? Okay, great. He has a mirror. He's got like we gave him like a... Yeah, it's just a hand mirror, right? Because he likes looking at himself in the mirror.
Yep.
And he's got a crayon, and he's just banging it on the mirror. Tabaxi Life Domain Cleric, who's also a Celestial Warlock. I dig it. I dig it. This kid is so tired. This is what he does when he's tired. He starts. I think it's because we sing to him when he needs to go to sleep. And so then when he gets tired, he just starts singing to himself. But then he refuses to sleep. So I don't know what the hell to do with that. I will take any kid advice people have. Whether or not I use it, that's different, but I'll take it. Did you have a kid while I was away? I guess so. It has been a while. Yeah, he's about to turn 1. He's pretty close to being 1. So it's been a hell of a year. We kept it pretty under wraps, though. I don't think I started telling people until about, 3 months before? 3 months before.
You and Jumper appreciate your privacy, so...
Yeah. Except that I can no longer hide this kid, right? Like,
yeah.
Hey! What are you doing?
He's a little bit obtrusive.
Oh, where'd he go? Yeah. It has been all, yeah.
The kid was also, he wasn't really a fixture in the stream for like the first couple months of...
Yeah, Jump Rope didn't have to go to work for the first couple of months. So I still streamed and stuff, and I didn't really talk about it much. But now I'm at home with him all day. So, I can't just... A hair baby. Yeah. Look, I'm in white lasagna. Yep. So maybe it's only been 6 months since he's been on the stream, and now he's just up and running around and super vocal. And usually I try to make him take a nap before the stream starts, but today he napped in the car on the way home, and now he's just wired. So I'm not going to try to force him to go to sleep. But he might go to sleep. So I usually draw like structure lines and such first before I start doing anything else.
You heard a Badoop? Oh, hey Brian. Welcome in.
Welcome in. I would have to say he didn't have a voice in the stream until August. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's about when I think when Jump Rope went back to work. So it was really easy for me to just have her watch him for the first, for a couple hours every week. And now it's just, now I have to do it and stream. So, what was I saying? Oh, I usually draw the head shape first and the body shape before I do anything else. But someone was saying that you get a lot more expression if you do the eyes first. I'm gonna try that today. I'm gonna see what happens. Which I think this is very much like the Pixar model, where you draw the they call it the mask.
Oh yeah.
The mask of the eyes first, the superhero mask, and then you just kind of build everything else around it. Which works great if you're doing movie stuff because the face is kind of always the focus, anyways.
Yeah.
You don't really need to worry about where the body is first. If you're doing like face shots, otherwise you just do silhouettes, right? Just have people talking and then like blah 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 blah. You figure it out from there. What was this supposed to be? An orc something?
Pyromancer? Orc pyromancer, I think.
Yeah. What's up, kid? God, if he just goes to bed on the floor, that would be amazing. Maybe I'll just run him today. I'll just see how long he can go without falling asleep instead of trying to make him nap. He might implode. I don't know. But we'll see.
You will probably be in for a very grumpy, screamy child if you do that, but
I mean, that's the
it also might be something to do for the sleep training you haven't been doing, so.
Yeah. We tried the other night to do the sleep training thing where you like stay with him or check on him or whatever. He stayed up for 2.5 hours just screaming nonstop. 2.5 hours. Like, this is not working. This is not working. Just found your channel. It's amazing. The Conrasta video introduced me to them, and now I really want to play one. Also, as anyone trying to learn to draw, this is extremely helpful. As someone who's trying to learn to draw. Well, thank you. Thank you. Armed Karma, I think that was how you say it. I appreciate that. We are doing, for the Super Chat, you get to throw in a quick suggestion for the Super Chat, and I do appreciate that. Helps the channel keep going. Also, we turned off the ads already because of Elliot, so those are off and done. Hopefully, if you guys did an ad, let me know, and I will yell at YouTube. Siegfried, welcome in. So I'm going to do this quick Orc Pyromancer bust, and then if you have a quick suggestion, we'll throw that in there, and then we'll start going from the list. I gave him a big coat, and that doesn't make sense to me now. There's two types of pyromancers, right? There's like, what happened? You tripped? There's like Orc Pyromancer wearing a flame suit, and then there's naked Pyromancer who just don't care.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one this should be. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. What's going on? You cannot climb up on the desk, kid. No. You want this? No, you don't want that? What if I give you this? Is that acceptable? Is that acceptable payment? You'll think about it? Okay, thank you.
No.
No, not enough.
Turn up on that again.
What about this? What if I give you a green bean? Think about it? Okay. You think about that. I'll keep drawing. I'm gonna put all these toys you throw on the floor back on the desk so you can pull them off and think you're doing something.
Good strategy.
And a naughty magus archer. Cool. Yeah, let's do that. I am drawing all of this on the same layer. I'm gonna start this over. I'm not happy with this. The eye system did not work.
Yeah, it's changing systems like that is pretty difficult to do. As someone who is constantly changing their system.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing I like about that is maybe not necessarily like you're not getting better at a specific system, right? You're just it's good to practice other systems.
Yeah,
Probably
absolutely.
won't be super great. I had an idea stuck in my head since I watched an audio video. Nice. What kind of archer was it? Magus archer. Okay, so I'm gonna do the orc first. Then we'll do the archer. I don't think YouTube will allow the latter. Also, there's 2 more pyromancers, the hot and ugly. Okay. An eldritch lizard folk. We can put an eldritch lizard folk in there on the list. Kid. Oh my god. If my computer just turns off, it's because the kid's turning it off.
Noted.
Okay, orc. Kid, you're gonna bonk your head and then you're gonna get upset. Yeah. Please stop. Oh, is that what's wrong? You just want my pen? Too bad.
Only wants what daddy's using.
What's that?
He only wants what daddy's using.
Yep.
The thing you have seems way more fun than the garbage you give me.
Kid. Come on. This is wildly inappropriate. You want up? You can come up. You cannot touch the keyboard. This has always been a rule. Nope.
Man, my shape language is way off today.
Yeah, you're a tired boy, kid. You want to sleep? You want to sleep? There you go. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. I hate YouTube and the password verification. I hope they freeze in heaven. Go to... Wait, what password verification? I actually don't know what you're talking about, Brian. Do you have 2-factor authentication on your YouTube account? Who is Sega? What is a cartridge? The Sega Genesis was like a Nintendo system, basically. Competitor to Nintendo.
can't talk to these children who don't even understand what a controller is and aren't willing to listen to learn.
I'm not sure if Bry is being is
I think
trolling
he's being
or not.
yeah, I think he's being hyperbolic. Probably. Hyperbolic is not the right word. Obtuse. He's intentionally being obtuse.
Is he scarred by his own fire? Not yet. I'm giving him some tattoos because I like the fire tattoo combo. Kid, you gotta chill the fuck out. Please stop. Do not hit my screen. Okay, you're going on the floor, kid.
I'm gonna give up on an alla prima method. Mm.
Okay, I decided to make a black beard. Black beard orc.
Oh.
Okay, kid. Oh boy. It looks like he's got doobies in his beard. That's not what I wanted. Sorry.
It's not your fault. This is the nature of having children.
Some of your first words were French and German swear words. Kids. He is just so tired. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself for a little while.
All right. Sorry, Chad. I'm not great at keeping the conversation going on by myself. I'm mostly just here to draw, but I'll try.
Your Skullbird when the baby cries is hilarious. I can make it louder. Hold on. Is it S or A? I can't remember. Maybe it's the B key. One of these keys makes the bird, like, scream. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. No? That one. There we go. I think the bird is part of the problem. Because the kid will look at the screen and be like, I want to see that. What's going on over there? And it's like, you need to not do that. And then he gets mad because I'm, like, blocking his view of the screen. Kid, stop kicking the screen. Yeah, it's not appropriate. You just need to sleep. Don't know what you think you're trying to do.
Tell us your thoughts on character creation for Pathfinder Druid. As long as you're using a digital whatever to organize shit, it's fine. But if you're trying to do an old school character sheet, it's a little clunky. All right, I gotta go even more back to basics.
And now we're fully awake, so that's cool. I don't understand this kid. Nope, you don't get to play with that kid. I think you'd be much happier on the floor with all your toys. Nope, okay. Kid, you gotta calm down. You're fine.
Oof. That one got sharp. Alright, my warm-up's not going great, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pick a viewer suggestion. Let's see, we got 13.
Do it, you coward.
Will. Hey, Corvus.
Hi.
Pen, a wizard in a post-apocalypse landscape. That one is in a different color. I wonder if it's supposed to be not included.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm pretty sore. I did some calisthenics yesterday, and it's the first time I've worked out in a while, so it's a little bit of a struggle to straighten my legs. I literally fell out of bed this morning. It was very funny.
Sorry, I'm back.
That doesn't sound
rage
funny.
mode.
It sounds sad.
I'm gonna go for a bit. I gotta lie, not a fan of hearing Cravey, but yeah, no problem. I get it.
Yep.
We'll catch you later. That is a completely legitimate reason to not hang out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you, Rook?
So I'm exhausted.
Dang, we're on the same page. But probably for two different reasons.
So, Rook, the 3 blue colored prompts in the viewer suggestion.
3
Is there a reason they're a different color?
What are we talking about?
The 9, 10, and 11 in the viewer suggestion dock. It's Orc, Pyromancer, Wizard, and post-apocalypse landscape.
Ah.
What? Is there a reason they are a different color?
They're
or?
blue because they were sent by YouTube members.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's because it's like in when I copy it from the YouTube comments, they just come over like that.
Oh, okay.
So they're just
I was just wondering because I rolled 10, so I'm gonna
Okay.
do the wizard in a post-apocalyptic landscape.
So a wizard.
Yeah. I can do some landscape.
That's up to you. That is up to you. Oh my goodness, kid. Rage, baby. I tried to give him some milk, and then he got upset, and he choked on it a little bit, and now he's just wandering around. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. It sucks, because like I want him to hang out with me while I'm drawing. Like I like that, but he just wants to
Ruin everything.
disrupt everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
By either kicking the tablet or grabbing the keyboard. So then I have to unplug the keyboard. Then I can't adjust anything. Or he just spins, you know. He just spins
Yep.
while I'm holding him.
Just hogging loogies everywhere.
I definitely need to build him a little jungle gym because he's trying to climb everything. I have some wood. For it. I got like some dowels and things. It's big, heavy, like thick dowels. So I gotta build something. That's a project, though.
Where the child has been making spit oaths for some eldritch being.
Yep.
I recently learned that term from watching a show from Netflix called
Eldritch
Swallows
being?
of the Gods. Called spit oaths, where you like make an oath and spit on the ground,
Oh.
and that everyone proceeds to start spitting on the ground to make the oath. It's like I was like really confused, and they're like, "We've made a spit oath." And I was like, "Is that a thing?" And apparently it was.
Nice. Some of the dungeons in most campaign settings are post-apocalyptic. Yeah, I think you have to you really have to. It's been a little overused. Kind of the same thing with it's no longer specific enough. Is the problem? Because Adventure Time is post-apocalyptic. Pathfinder is technically post-apocalyptic twice.
Yep.
Because the star fell, and then the Rune Lords. That happened. Did the Rune Lords come up before or after the Starfall? Gotta be
So, the Rune Lords lived during Earthfall. So, they lived before that, and then they went into hiding, and then came back out of hiding.
And then died.
Yes.
Okay.
All but 2 of them.
Gotcha. I just learned Walmart doesn't sell guns. Huh. That's weird. They do here. They just don't sell,
Good ones.
I think they don't sell semi-automatic anything.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe they got rid of all their guns.
It may be a state thing.
It could be. It seems like Florida would be the least restrictive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I remember when I was a kid, you could go to Sears or Target or Shopko.
Mm.
All of them sold guns.
Or here's what it might be. They might not be able to keep them in stock because a bunch of crazies keep buying them every time they're in stock.
Maybe.
It's we can't keep them on the shelves long enough.
Alright. I think this is our Orc Pyromancer. I was supposed to be a meeting commission and it took half an hour because of the kid. So we're going to get on to the...
So sorry if that offended people.
No, you're not wrong. I don't think that's offensive in any way. I guess you said nut jobs, didn't you?
Well, I said crazies, not nut jobs.
I heard nut jobs.
Close enough.
They are synonymous terms. We don't need to.
Yep.
We don't need to get all nitpicky.
Sorry, I've been
about
watching
it.
a lot of lawyer content, and I was like, that's not what I said. Words matter, people.
Kid. What do you think is up on his desk? You're not allowed to touch the keyboard or the mouse. You actually ready to take a nap now? No. Okay. We do these every Wednesday and Friday.
Indeed. So me or Drew may not always be here on those days for various
True.
reasons.
Yep.
Also, I do not draw. I am here for jokes, commentary, and lore. Not necessarily in that order. For the joys of having way too much free time on hand. To just learn everything.
Okay. A naughty is the snake people, right?
Nope.
Spider people.
Spider people.
You're right. There we go.
You did a video on them.
We did a video on them. You're right.
A sort of recent video.
It was like 6 months ago. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I think I've only released the polar bear in the NPC video. Is that it?
Yeah, so you released Polar Bear 3 months ago. Your NPC video 3 days ago, which everyone should go watch, like now.
Yep.
Like, mute this live stream, go watch it. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe.
Watch the playlist while you watch the live stream. It's great.
Yep. And then you did the Mummy video 4 months ago.
So that would have been end of that would have been December, right?
Mm-hmm. And then the naughty was 7 months ago.
Yeah. Like I said, it's been a hell of a year. Like,
Yep.
this kid has fundamentally shifted everything I've been trying to do. I binged like one of your videos sometime in the last 2 days. Nice. 7 of your videos, God. Yeah, sleepy boy. Is that funny? Yeah, is that funny? Please go sleep. Please go sleep. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. I see you're using this arm to draw. It would be a shame if I tried to sleep on it. Kid, you've never ever tried to sleep like this before. Please stop. God,
Child.
Da, da, da. I would like to get back to doing one video a month, which I've not done in like 2 years.
Yeah, it has been a while.
It's been a while. I'm doing commissions again, and I might start trying to make videos of people's commissions. That's fun because it's kind of a double dip, which is nice.
Yep.
Um,
Maybe just ask permission.
yeah, I mean, I think it'll be part of the commission thing. I usually ask if I'm going to do that, but I might just start asking. I've had a few people suggest things too, and like, I started working on the what the hell are they called? The weird little 6-armed buggers from Pathfinder.
Skittermanders.
Skittermanders, yeah. I started working on a script for one of those, and I started drawing it, and I just didn't. I lost it. I don't know what I did with it. And I was like, why did I stop that? And I think I had just made the Anati video, and so it felt a lot like, oh, characters with 6 arms. It's like, I just did this. So I wanted to wait, and so I put it off, and then I just got distracted.
Yep. Because I think you even had like early stage art for it as well.
I did. I started drawing it, and I just really didn't like it. I just didn't like what I came up with. And part of it, I think, was because of the timing of like my ability to draw at the time was thrashed through.
You
not
were also
sleeping.
doing a lot of multi-land commissions.
Yeah, I did all the bugs and stuff.
Yep. So
That was the other part about last year too, when I wasn't. I was trying to get a shit ton of commissions done in a pretty short amount of time, and so I hadn't made any videos, and I fell out of habit. I fell out of habit of doing it. So I've been doing a lot of YouTube shorts, but I think I have a good system for doing that now. That I think I can start trying to do long form content and shorts. Like this one, I made the video and it gave me 2 shorts as well, so it's like a week worth of shorts to kind of pacify the algorithm.
the algorithm gods.
Mm-hmm. And then I'd like to start doing more puppet stuff for like the centaurs and stuff like that. So those are fun, and people like those, and jokes. So I'll probably start trying to I'll probably do like a month where I make a bunch of content for that, and then do a video. So I might be able to get one every 2 months again, but we'll see. Next week I'll be doing the Patreon stream. And that one, I'll probably stream it live and then put it to Patreon only, just because that's generally what I do. Maybe I'll do it different this time, though. I don't know. But if you are a Patreon member, please check the Patreon page and submit the thing you want me to draw, because I'll draw all of those. I think we only have 3 or 4 of them right now, so I should be able to do that. I might even do that on a weekend, so I can have Jump Rope watch the kiddo and just focus on that. But yeah, so that'll be fun. That'll be different. That'll be a different video too, and I might use some of those for more content too, because I like doing that. I'm struggling a little bit right now because I'm currently sitting in a chair, half leaned over, with a baby on me, trying to draw like this. I feel like I'm in the Matrix. I know if it's draw steel specific, I can share it with Matt Coville's Discord. Otherwise, it's not a promotional policy. It's a no promotion policy. Oh, like they don't want you to promote things that aren't draw steel. Give me an idea. Oh, gives me an idea of how I might use them as NPCs. Yeah. I'm gonna start this over. I'm not happy with this. Possums are great.
Okay.
Sorry, someone sent me a possum meme.
Oh.
Possums are great. Just like possums.
Yeah, they are. They are pretty great.
Except for when you like run into one and scare one, and it scares you as well. So yeah. It's like, oh god. It's not like they're gonna chase you or anything, but it's just when you run them into a dark alley, it's kind of scary.
Yeah, it is true. They all have 2 faces. The super adorable one, and then the one that looks like they're completely rabid and are going to destroy your soul.
Yep. Now, I will say I would be more afraid of running into a raccoon than I would be a possum, though. Because possum is scary looking. Raccoons will chase you.
Oh man, my artwork isn't on the top search anymore. That's a bummer.
For naughties?
For the naughty, I was trying to find my naughty. I've drawn 2 or 3 of them now. They're so weird looking. I love it. Little jumpy spiders. They almost have to have the neck scarf, because
Yeah.
there's just not a good way to connect a spider head to a person's body.
Yep. Because, like, they also have, like, 3 forms. They have their true form, which is just a giant spider.
Yep.
And then they have their hybrid form, which I would argue is their coolest form, where they're like the weird peacock spider person. And then they have a huge, just straight up human form, or humanoid form that they can turn into.
Which I'm a big fan of the hybrid form too. I think that should be their generic form.
Mm-hmm.
And then they could turn into spiders and stuff, but
It's been so long since I've seen your naughty art.
I did a merchant, which was a commission. I think that might have been the one that made it for the video. And then I did it's like a actual Inati, and then I did like a Black Widow, just spider person, for a different commission.
So one of your videos does come up, and
No, I looked in the video, the images.
I mean, same. It's like line 7
Oh, really? Maybe I
or row
just
7, but it's not the Inati video. it's the Galoma video.
That's weird.
Because it says horse spiders.
That's fair, you know? Oh, no, there it is.
No, hang on.
This
It says...
I found it, but it's the thumbnail, not the actual image. Maybe I didn't post the image
weird.
anywhere. Maybe I need to post the actual spider.
Well, but if you click on it, I can where you can see like other things similar to it. Below it is the Anati
Weird.
thumbnail. Oh, Google. Yeah, that happens a few times. It must be a weird AI bug thing.
It might be cross-referencing things that I look at versus things that are tagged, or the image that I posted of that isn't actually tagged correctly, which could be a problem. I need to post more on like Pinterest and stuff, which I just hate doing.
Fun. It was a naughty paladin what you did.
It was, yeah. So I drew a merchant for the bug people, and then I think I drew the paladin because I loved drawing the merchant I did. So maybe I can find a picture of that. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Maybe I'll share that with you guys right now for fun.
I also like that they kind of give them weird ears, even though they don't really have ears.
Yeah. Oh, I did 2 of them. Yeah, check this out. Okay, so here's the... see how big this is. This is a warlock I did. Spider warlock, which I super love. Really happy. I'm sad this project got postponed. So hopefully it will actually get published eventually, but they're going to take a while before they publish it, which sucks. I mean, it just sucks that it doesn't get to come out right away, you know. And then this was the merchant, which I really like too. Boop. That was really fun. I dig these characters. I think I probably put those pictures in the video at some point, but
They honestly, the Galoma video honestly might just be like a video you had tagged into like in the description.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So I might need to go back and re-tag the Spider Folk video. And a naughty archer, like a Magus archer too, sounds awesome. Just like climb up into a tree with some spider web.
Theoretically, yeah, that does sound pretty cool. You would have to rely on your GM to actually provide you with hides, though.
Yeah. As well, I mean, like the Anati stats focuses way too much on the transformation and not enough on the fact that they're actually spiders.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Because unfortunately, I think they very much want you to be in your human form most of the game, and just like that's boring. I don't want that. I want to be a spider. I'm gonna be a spider the whole time.
Because you can't get the hybrid form until like 5th level.
Yeah.
That's how it is with all shape-shifting ones.
I think
that
so.
have like
right.
hybrid forms, except for like the Tanuki. Like the Tanuki is like all shape-shifting all the time.
That's what happened. I decided to stop doing the Skittermander video because I wanted to do the Tanuki.
Yep.
And then I
never did it.
And then I never did it. It's been a weird year. Sorry, everybody.
Yep. Well, if you do this Skittermander stuff, Starfinder does come out this year. Comes
That's
out in
true.
August, I believe. Maybe June.
Well,
I'll have
maybe
to
I'll
look at the
look
schedules.
into that. And we'll release it around then.
Yeah. Sorry. Did not mean to yawn in the mic.
Yeah, with a zombie sound.
I got a sleepy
I
boy
mean-
on me, but he's twitching, so I know if I try to put him down, he's just gonna scream.
I mean, I fell asleep in a Discord call once.
Yeah, I remember that. That was funny.
Everyone was playing Final Fantasy, and I don't know if I just stopped playing or couldn't play, or I was waiting to like sign in.
I think that's what it
something.
was. I think you fell asleep and then you missed the queue.
Yep. Because it was just like it was right around when Dawn Trail came out, and it was just, oh boy.
I had a friend pass out mid dungeon in
Oh no.
World of Warcraft once. That was really funny. He stayed up way too late all the time, and we were playing, and his character just starts running into a wall, and then we just start hearing. And we're like, all right, and then we're done for the night. I need someone to tell me why my wallet is $15. Because you haven't given $15 to the chat yet? What do you mean?
Or are you saying like a physical wallet costs $15?
Oh yeah. Sorry, it says a wallet. I mean, I've only bought like 2 wallets my entire life because I buy like really nice leather wallets because it's totally worth it. And I bought one of those, God, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I still have it, and it costs like $45. But like,
Yeah.
that's totally worth it. Like something you wear every day or you take with you every day. Spend some money on it, you know.
I have had one wallet since when I was in high school. I went into science cap, and I never had a wallet beforehand until I like needed to carry an ID and stuff for to go in my lab. And so we bought a wallet. I think it was maybe $12, $15, and that was like 16 years ago,
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Someone just.
It's been a while.
That's what happened here. Armed Karma, thank you for the follow. Yeah, man, I highly suggest leather wallets, or faux leather wallets, but they gotta be good quality, man.
Yeah, I think that's what mine is. I don't think mine's full, like pure leather. Or just make a duct tape wallet.
Yep. You have to make a new one every year or two, but you can do that too. Then again, if your phone is your wallet, yeah, maybe you don't need a wallet. A lot of people are going to switch into what are the, not a sponsor,
Those little metal.
yeah, just
things.
bracketed clips where you put all your credit cards in it. It's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I know a couple old guys that just still use money clips.
I've never known anyone was using a money clip.
My grandfather was a banker, and he had a money clip, and so I think all of my uncles started doing that.
Mhm. My grandfather was an FBI agent, and he had a money clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't you? I have special grandpas.
Yeah, apparently.
Bought a full leather wallet off Wish 8 years ago, and $5, and it's still holding strong. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Something from Wish?
Well, when Wish started, everything that they sold couldn't have been garbage.
Wish.com actually isn't I don't need to defend these people. What am I saying?
You don't.
So the reason
go on.
Wish is so cheap is because a lot of it is just from China.
Slave labor? Yeah.
Well, partially, yeah, it's part of slave labor. But the thing with China and a lot of their crap is that if a company from America hires a company in China to make something, they make all the dyes and everything, and then they'll make a second version of it and sell that to another Chinese company because China has no copyright laws.
Right.
And then this company will make the same thing and sell it at cost. Right, so all of a sudden now you have two things that are pretty close. This one's usually cheaper because it's just, they don't care, right? They're not worried about brand recognition. But, in a lot of cases, it's almost the exact same thing.
even though it is a knockoff. So like, the quality isn't always going to be bad. Sometimes it's just cheap and mass produced, right?
Yep.
So
They don't buy like physical clothes from Wish.
yeah, that's part of the other
They'll
problem
never
with
fit.
a lot of Wish clothes is for different countries' market. So like the quality of the textiles is probably the same, the stitching is probably the same, but the sizes are going to be way wrong. Like
Yep.
the standards are going to be wrong, and it's weird. So it's usually weird stuff, and especially what you're buying. Like if you're spending the time for Wish, the really cheap stuff is going to be really cheap, right?
Yep.
So
You're also like have to wait like 5 months for it to get to you.
yeah, I once
Maybe
bought
not
a
that long, but it's a good wait.
before Wish.com was a thing. I bought like a really weird looking jacket that I thought was pretty cool off of Facebook. I got an extra large, and it was the smallest jacket I've ever seen in my life. I had to give it to like a 10-year-old. I was like,
Yeah.
this is not a large. This is not a large. I'm not cheap. I just can't justify 15. I skipped it. I mean, do you need a new wallet? Because you could get away with just one of those like big black binder clips. I did that for a little while when I lost my last wallet. Just clip it all together. It's 38 cents. Done. Good to go. All right, I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna shrink this. I need more room for arms.
You're taking up half the page.
Still got 5
Sorry.
good threads. No, I don't care. That's fine.
I'm drawing
I
drawing a whole ass ruined city. I can have a little bit of extra space.
I need more
I'm
vertical.
just a teasing.
Bri, do you want me to make you a cheap wallet? I shouldn't have said that, because then you'll take me up on it and then I'll have to do it, and I don't have time for that. Plus, like a good leather wallet is like, the thing that makes it good is the machine stitching, which I do not have a machine for. It would all be hand stitching, and that would make it not great. So.
Not saying your hand stitching is bad, but
No, look, just leather sewing machines are a thing of beauty, and I want one so bad, but I don't have $900. So,
only 900. I get 900 is a lot of money. I was expecting a lot more.
no, they're very basic. Like it's really because they're a heavy duty single directional sewing machine.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get one for about, I think, $600 to $900. You can get a good one. It's not going to be huge, because like the alternative is like the ones you make for like industrial leather, like for boats and stuff. Those ones are going to be more expensive because they're really big and they can like cut the leather and do the weird serging stitches. Yeah. But if you just want a single punch leather sewing machine, they're not that expensive comparatively. Like a regular sewing machine is like $300, $300 to $600, and the leather ones are just like the upper tier of that. So yeah, if you want to get into leatherworking, it's a little bit of an investment, but like not as much as woodworking or, actually, I mean, I guess it's.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's comparable to woodworking. It depends on like what you want to do with the woodworking.
Yeah. But woodworking
Like,
is,
if you want to, like,
the problem with woodworking is like
go ahead.
it's an automatic. If you want a good like table saw, it's like $6,000, right? Like, so it's a big barrier to entry to get those tools. Leatherworking, you can start really small.
Yeah.
With like I think I probably have $300 worth of leatherworking supplies. Over that I've collected over the last couple of years, because like for my birthday I usually buy something for myself that's. Birthdays to me are like buy buy something that is a hobby or is a tool, right? Like, so you can improve yourself for your birthday, like something that you can use. And so the last couple of years I've been doing leatherworking and woodworking. Woodworking is like, oh, I need a $90 thing. Leatherworking is like, I need like a $40 thing. So it just feels smaller.
I guess when I think of woodworking, I think of like what my dad did, which was he was a folk artist who did like little figures.
Oh, did you like
so that's kind
carving?
of like what I was thinking.
Okay, that'd be
which
wood carving. Yeah. Wood carving you can start for like...
Which is a very low entry. Like the most expensive thing is probably a really nice set of like gouges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can get cheap ones of
Knives.
those for like $30, $40, and then the nice ones are like $80 to $100. But that's all you need, right? Like you need that, and maybe some sandpaper, which is that's just a consumable item for any hobby. Doesn't matter, but that's really low. I was gonna say that and like sculpting are two barriers of entry that are really low because you really only need one or two things, and then everything else is like the clay is the consumable part there, right? But you can get that pretty cheap depending on the kind of clay you want to use.
Yeah.
And like he got the wood he used, which he used like just basic ass like pine, because it's really soft to carve.
Yeah.
From his work for free because he worked at a sawmill.
Nice. Yeah. When I was
and there's
when I was
plenty
thinking
of just chunks.
when I was saying woodworking, I was thinking like making
tables,
making
and
tables,
cabinetry.
making chairs.
Yeah.
That's a bit more because you need to buy power tools. Like that's the thing that is expensive.
Yep.
Unless you want to do it with just saws and stuff, and even then it's like, oh, I need a good chisel, and that one's $70. It's like,
yeah, because even if you do want to do like hand tools, like you gotta fork out some good money for like hand planes and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, either that or you have to pay out your ass for decent sharpening stones.
Isn't it easier to just get the punches? Yeah, that's what I did. I got the punches, so I can do all the leather stuff. But like when I make a belt, I just made another gun belt for a family member. It's got some bullets on it and stuff that holds bullets. That's what it is. When I want to do the stitching all the way down it, I have to manually punch, 1 inch at a time, and then go back and manually stitch it. If I had a sewing machine, it would just do it in one go. It'd be done in like 3 minutes, right? So, because I don't have the machine, it's a time thing. It's a time thing. Got a little into linotype block printing. Yeah, that's really fun too. That one's not too bad either. It's like $200, and then you're set, and you're good to go, because you just need the rollers, and the paints are kind of expensive, but they last a long time.
I was just recently introduced to something called kitchen lithography.
Okay.
So, like, for anybody who doesn't know, lithography is traditionally you take it's a special type of really fine limestone or a very specifically treated aluminum plate, and you draw on it with, it's usually like a wax crayon. And it's a printing process where basically you treat it so that the oil-based ink will stick to one part of the plate, and then the rest of the plate is treated so that it like attracts water. So it's a pretty cool chemical process. It's finicky as all get out, and I kind of despise it. And it has a really, really high barrier to entry. And is really only done by professionals and people who are absolutely insane, insanely obsessive compulsive. So, but like kitchen lithography is you take a piece of aluminum foil, like literal aluminum foil that you would buy for the kitchen. You take the dull side, because it's always got a shiny side and a dull side. And you draw on the dull side with like
just
wax.
embossing it essentially.
No, because then it wouldn't be lithography. It would be intaglio. Yes, Bray, I'm drawing the entire city. You draw on it with like a wax pencil. So you draw your image, and usually it's like, it's not a super high fidelity process,
Okay.
but you draw on it with wax pencil, and then you pour a bottle of Coke over it, like a $16 bottle of Coca-Cola.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and then you can take a brayer with an oil-based ink and rub that over it, and then you can you print with it, just like by slapping it down and rubbing the back of like a wooden or a plastic spoon over the back of it.
Interesting.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
that'd be
really
fun to
weird,
try.
but it's got a much lower barrier to entry.
I just did for my mom's. Actually, was it Christmas or her birthday? I think it was kind of both. Doesn't matter. I got her a bunch of rubber blocks
Uh-huh.
and the rollers and the paint, which you would normally then carve, right? But I saw this thing on TikTok that I had to try, where you just go and you like get flowers and leaves and just basically do all of your printing by roll the leaf, put the leaf on paper, and then put the rubber on top of it, and then roll it again. So you're basically just doing prints with the organic thing, and it's the thing you do with a fish. Same thing you do with a fish, right? Like you take a fish,
Yep.
dip it in oil, put it on paper. It worked super well, and it was awesome. And my mother loves pressing flowers,
Uh-huh.
and so this was just like, here's another way we can try this, or we can use some of your pressed flowers to try it, and it was awesome. So that was fun. It was like $30 or $40 for the whole thing, and now it's like a little art process we can do. So yeah, little things like that are really cool, like finding ways to do that without having to go buy a table saw.
Yeah.
So and that's the big thing with like leatherworking and like wood carving, like you were saying, Corvus. Like you can start with almost nothing, right? Like you don't have to go buy a table saw. The barrier to entry is literally just like buy a set of punches or an awl and some thread, and you can start leatherworking. Like that's all it takes. But you just then need like the more specific, and the more you do it, the more tools you want to do different things, and that's what makes it a kind of expensive hobbies. So it's the same thing with art, right? Like anyone can do art with a pen, a big pen and a pencil, but then you can also spend $200 on a colored pencil set. So I think I'm done with this bad boy. Let's I'm gonna roll another one here. Whoa, get it going.
I believe so, Brian, because the fish ink thing was done like at sea, and so you would just immediately wash out the fish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
that
can still
was-
eat it. Is that what you were asking?
Well, what Brian was asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fish printing thing was first done by Japan, right? And it was
Mhm.
done to keep records specifically.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I don't think any of a lot of the ink that was used for that is charcoal based ink, so it's technically food safe. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing
Because
bad.
fishermen wouldn't have high quality ink bricks at sea.
Yeah.
Also, the eBay link is one of my dad's pieces
Ooh.
that he found on eBay. It's a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at it now. It's like
A little
creepy ass
angel.
angel.
So that's cool. 98. Wow.
Yeah, I remember that one being carved. He did a polar bear one, and for the teeth, he took thorns from wild roses.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
Used them for the teeth.
Ooh.
He did a lot of birds because those are kind of easy to get a body shape down.
Little
Yeah,
wooden
yeah.
birds are fun.
Totally.
Yeah,
You're right.
he-
Like little birds are literally just pears. They're pear shaped.
Yep.
All right, I need a
He's like-
D12. Somebody roll me a D12. First person to do it in chat.
Yep.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the other thing. Super chat. I appreciate it.
Did anyone roll?
Nope. Which I'm fine with. I'm just gonna hang out until somebody rolls.
Well, I rolled a 10. I was
10?
waiting if someone in the chat was gonna roll. So
Young daughter of a noble who is an aberrant mind sorcerer. Dum, dum, dum. Tiny possessed child is what this sounds like.
Elliot, rolled a 5.
Are you gonna take a 5?
No, that's for you.
I got. The
I'm
10.
looking for a kitchen lithography video now.
Oh, okay. We can do a 5 after this one.
yeah. Guess I should have maybe waited for it to delay, but
Well, I was watching a short and someone was talking about eldritch beasts don't make you go crazy because you see them. You go crazy because what was it? Because you momentarily comprehend that they exist.
Right. I think I saw that as well. It's not the seeing something that you can't comprehend. It's seeing something beyond your comprehension and for a moment comprehending it.
Yeah.
You don't get driven insane because you understand something understandable. You go insane because you understand something not understandable.
There's
this proves that we're all insane.
there's a music video that I'm not going to share because I know it's caused trauma in the past. But towards the end of it, like, they find a portal into a eldritch location, and like one of the main the character of the music video survives the process of getting there, sees the creature, and then just like visually just like their eyeballs burn out of their heads. They're just like and just like flame shooting out of their eyes. I think they did that in Supernatural. Like they're trying to get a medium to find this entity that's talking to them, and the thing's like, don't do it. She's like, fuck you, I'm gonna do it. He's like, don't do it, and then she goes blind and explodes almost. And it's like, yeah, we're not supposed to see that shit. Like, stop it. Biblically accurate angels exist because our brains can't comprehend what the hell we're trying to see.
Was that part of the short, or was that a different short?
No, that was
because I've also seen one that's like, if the angel appears to you in the form of a human, it's like, it's because you're not really important. If they show up to you biblically accurate, then you've got responsibility now.
Oh, that's funny.
You're a prophet. I think I may have sent you that video.
Yeah, you might have.
Because I definitely have seen that video.
Say that again about the understand. Oh, yeah. What I was talking about was a Supernatural episode. That was just a TV show.
Which I have tried for a very long time to avoid.
Yeah, that's fine.
Largely succeeding.
I don't know what hair looks like.
Yeah, don't ask me.
You awake now, kid? No? Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. Poor baby, sleepy baby. Do you want to sleep on the couch? If I put you down, you're gonna scream. You gonna scream? holding you.
Alright, I'm rolling. Ah, now I rolled a 5. Bonjour, a big modern-day werewolf brawler dude. Bulletproof vest if allowed. Lots of scars, mutants, and masterminds. Go.
Sounds like a War of the Apocalypse character.
Yeah, it does.
I was gonna do big old like poofy pigtails. Now I want to do like tentacle pigtails. Ugh. I think Dresden did that too. Tried to use his wizard side on an angel, and the angel just like bitch slapped him out of the. He's like, nope, don't do that. He's
Get
like,
out of
"Nope."
here. Biblically accurate Asmar. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. But they become sane with age? No. I mean, that's the assumption. That would be like trying to teach a kid calculus, right? They're just not going to get it. But if a 6 months old understood calculus, then yes. If for a brief moment you understood calculus as a 3-year-old. That would be eldritch information. Have we talked about the monkeys in Magic yet?
No?
I don't think so.
Monkeys have object permanence, which is a
Yep.
not uncommon thing in the animal kingdom. White Lasagna, I'm joining a D&D campaign. I'll be playing an armored artificer Aarakocra based on blue-footed booby. Nice. That sounds fun. Anyways.
And fun to say.
Yeah, fun to say. So, monkeys have a level of object permanency that makes magic work on them, which is slightly rare. So, like, you know, if you throw a ball, and a dog, like, and don't actually throw it, and the dog gets confused.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing, but monkeys have a slightly higher level of object permanency, so that when something vanishes, they realize that it vanished. And it scares the hell out of them, and it's great. Because the dog's just like, what happened? Where'd it go? That doesn't make any sense. But monkeys are like, oh my god, it disappeared. And it's great. And it's funny. And I love it. Some creatures are too stupid for magic. And babies are the same way. Are you old enough to understand magic yet, kid? You see this? You see this? And then if I take it, and it's gone. No, you actually tracked that really well. So what if I do this? Whoop. Oh, got it.
Got him.
Doesn't care though. Doesn't care. Not yet. Not quite a monkey. Smarter than a dog, not quite a monkey. There's one great
some
monkey
really
reaction
dumb
video of
monkeys,
magic
'cause-
here on YouTube. Oh yeah. Alexander, welcome in, by the way. Sorry, what were we saying, Corvus?
I was gonna say, maybe smart as like some monkeys. Like there are some pretty dumb monkeys.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely different.
Like not macaques, capuchins.
Yep, Capuchins are.
They're not
not big
great.
brained.
Smart enough to function, but
They're slightly above
Not-
beavers in the mammalian tree.
exactly.
I'm sure there are rats that are smarter than some capuchin monkeys.
I think I was watching. It was a clip from Neil deGrasse Tyson, which he was talking about how chimps, on average, are smart as like
A 3-year-old or something.
maybe a 5-year-old. Like smart enough to learn stuff, and smart enough kind of like to be able to kind of show others.
Sure.
Yeah, but like they're not that. They're not going to be winning any Nobel science.
Right, they're not
awards.
going to be inventing math. They're not going to be
Yeah.
figuring out complicated things.
They're probably not going to be inventing a hammer either.
Right.
Yeah, and I think out of the two subspecies of chimps, bonobos are probably a bit smarter,
I think
a bit
orangutans.
closer to us.
Orangutans and gorillas are the smartest. No, it might be chimps. You're right. It might be chimps.
Yeah, I think it's like the chimps, then orangutans, and then gorillas.
I'm not sure.
But like, I think between the two groups, bonobos tend to be the smarter ones because they tend to avoid reckless behavior, and they also have sort of like a pseudo barter system with sex.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
that's right. I forgot
the
about that.
fun time hippie monkeys.
There was a.
Freedom and love, baby.
I remember we talked about this in a psychology class I took in college, so it could be a little dated and it might be anecdotal, but there was a set of chimps that bred aggression out of their own society because all of the really aggressive chimps would not let the other monkeys go to a junkyard. So they would keep all of the human garbage for themselves and they were aggressive about this. They would fight off other monkeys to get away from it. But the problem became that monkeys that went to the junkyard got shot by humans because they didn't want them fucking with the garbage. And so periodically, the really aggressive monkeys that wouldn't let monkeys go there all got killed off until there were no more aggressive monkeys, and people just forgot that this thing even existed. So their aggression basically removed them from the
Gene pool.
Which I thought was really funny.
It's not exactly the same, but bonobos were kind of similar. They are the least aggressive of the chimps, and there's not a lot of like inner troop conflict between them. And so you're least likely to get maimed by one. Still a wild animal, still a chance, but like not super likely.
It's the same thing with pandas, though, right? Like the pandas that thrive by eating bamboo were successful, was the pandas that ate people all got killed. So it's like, there used to be a joke about that of like, hey, if you keep destroying all the bamboo, eventually the pandas are gonna figure out that people taste good.
Yep. Well, it's like I watched a video about like a little science documentary about them, and it's like a lot of the things that we like are taught about pandas are just like
Wrong.
made up.
Okay.
It's like people are like, well, how can pandas survive in nature if they don't breed that much? And it's like, well, they did. Like, they're camera shy now. The ones in the zoos will not survive nature.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. And the ones that are in the
and,
wild
like,
avoid people at all costs.
Yeah. And,
I
like-
remember a David Attenborough documentary talking about how pandas in the wild are actually opportunistic hunters, and they'll go after small game because bamboo does not give them enough energy
That's fair.
for survival.
I mean, they are
It's like-
bears.
I think there was a video of like a female panda like grabbing a deer, which the deer was kind of a small deer, and like taking it up and eating it, so she would have enough energy for the children or the child. Because I think that is something that they do in the wild. Is like if they have more than one, they will just pick one and let the other one not survive.
I mean, it's that or they eat them. That's not.
Yep.
That's a
I mean,
pretty
like,
common.
not
Guinea
wrong.
pigs.
Guinea pigs, yep. Guinea pigs, rabbits.
But like, it's not just
um,
like a panda thing that happens.
No,
It happens with
yeah, that's
most animals in the wild.
rats.
If they can't survive, they're going to abandon it, or, like you said,
That's right. If the economy gets too bad, I can just eat this kid and we'll be fine. it's what
eggs
nature
get too
wants.
expensive. YouTube, this is a joke. We are joking. This
This
is
is a
not
joke.
real. We're just morbid today.
Today.
I feel like we're a little extra morbid today.
Maybe.
Okay, there's the
Be
eldritch
fine.
girl with man forearms for some reason. I don't know why I did that.
Man, forearms.
She had really beefy forearms. Don't know what I was doing.
She was a little Popeye.
She ate her spinach like a good child.
No, that's not my story to tell. Dang it. One of my older family members used to retell the story about, like, they hated spinach their whole life because they used to get spinach in school, and it was always just canned
Oh,
spinach,
Boiled.
Yeah.
and they hated it. And then when they were much older, they remember going to this pizza place all the time and be like, "Oh, I really like that weird lettuce they have." And they're like, "That's spinach." And it's like, "What? No, I hate spinach." It's like, "No, that's just raw spinach." Like blew
Maybe
their mind.
leaves.
And boiled spinach.
Mhm.
The most important thing I learned from watching cooking shows, Good Eats specifically,
Yeah.
as a young adult, was that it's very rarely a case of somebody not actually enjoying a food. It's usually a matter of preparation.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not that I don't like collard greens, it's that I don't like collard greens that have been boiled until they're gray.
You're supposed to fry the collard greens.
I
Bacon
know.
grease.
Well, not if the person who's cooking them comes from an English cooking tradition.
I have a counter to this because, like, I also Good Eats taught me that, right? And I've made a lot of
Yep.
things that I'm like, oh yeah, this is way better if you cook it this way. But then as I started realizing that, like, kale is delicious if you fry it in bacon and olive oil, and it's like really anything's delicious if you fry it in bacon and olive oil. So I don't know
Yeah.
if it's I don't know how
See-
much. There are very few things that I just won't eat. Like, I can't think of
Yeah.
anything that it's just like I just hate. Like, French onion soup is probably my least favorite thing that I can think of, and I'll still eat it. Like, every now and again, it's like, yeah, it's a French onion soup day. Like, let's do it. Something about the burnt onions, just not into it. Which is like the thing that people love about French onion soup, right? Like the caramelized
Yeah,
onions.
yeah.
But
That's what I love about the French onion soup.
Yeah.
but
So,
yeah,
like,
not that many things. That
my
I would
mom, the way she treats greens is because she also cooks them to death, and it's partially due to the greens that she grew up eating which is like a local wild weed called poke.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I need the die roll.
When if you eat it, you get sick.
Yeah.
So you have to like boil it, clean out the water, and then fry it.
Right. There's actually, I suppose there is a pretty strong southern tradition for really cooking your greens.
There's another thing with like something. My mother grew up on a farm, so all of their meat came from the farm. And
Yep.
what happened? Just sit on
I
a cup.
use the 5 Elliot rolled, by the way.
That was the last roll, and drew that.
Is there no other 5s?
I mean, it would just be the 5 again, but I feel like we need a new roll. The dice gods demanded 5 was drawn, and now I need a new roll. So she overcooked everything because that's just how they grew up. He cooked everything to well done. And I didn't realize you could have a medium steak until I was like 16 and started working in restaurants. I was like, holy crap! What's up? What's up? What is this? What is this screaming?
I got a 6 unless someone wants to roll themselves.
Oh, we're right back. You say you rolled a 6?
Yep.
Okay, I will do that when I get back. 1 second.
Yeah, I also, Jared, I think it's less a southern thing because I know, like, for instance, way of making collard greens is like you will cook them with like some pork product, like ham hocks or bacon, and that's it.
I think I'm the tradition I'm specifically thinking of is it might specifically be Louisiana, but there's a I think it's at the end of Fast and Lent. There's a it might be before Lent, I'm not sure, but there's a tradition of lucky greens.
Oh, that's at
it
New Year.
Is that a New Year? I thought it was.
Because the
around
greens represent green money, and you always would have a bit of pork with it because it's what you would just have in wintertime because people would have pigs and they would slaughter them in November.
Right.
And by December, you would have like the first of the hams that you could eat.
Right, because they'd be done curing.
Mm-hmm.
Kobold Power
And then by
Rangers.
springtime, it would all be gone. That's why springtime is like actually kind of the hardest season for farmers.
Right.
That's when you gotta eat all the bunnies.
Or you have to like start scrounging for stuff because all your winter prep stuff is like almost gone, and it's still too cold to get something out of the garden. So.
Dandelion wine.
Dandelion greens like people did in the Depression.
I'm pretty sure they put dandelion greens in like salad green mixes in store.
I mean, now they do.
They do now, but those have been speciated to be less bitter. Have you ever had dandelions out of your garden?
No.
I have. I wanted to try it and see what it was like. They are very bitter.
There are some people that I know that have their own, like, they have a year-round garden up here.
Mm-hmm.
And part of they're like, yeah, we made this out of the dandelions, and I didn't try it. I should have, but like, I wasn't avoiding it. I just didn't eat it. And they like it. They like it a lot. So I don't know how they do it. I think they might actually fry them up.
Young dandelions probably are less bitter as well. When I did it, it was kind of, it wasn't the middle of summer, but it was pretty deep into summer, and so
Did they have their flowers yet?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's why.
Some of them were quite large and mature.
Are you not?
Yep.
Are you supposed to eat them before the flowers bloom?
Yeah.
It's just like lettuces. You know, they when they bolt, they get bitter.
Well, that makes sense. Are you
Super
done,
bitter.
kid? What are you doing? Hey,
A lot
cannot
of
have the
greens
pen.
you should eat before they start sprouting their flowers.
okay,
Yeah.
that makes
And
sense.
they're basically all going to be sweetest early in the season when it still gets cold.
Mm-hmm.
At night, because they basically all produce and use sugar as antifreeze. So
You
in
done?
certain lists, like a romaine type, they will grow long stalks and produce like a really milky white substance when like sap, and kind of gives the reason why Egyptians thought of it as a fertility symbol.
This tree jizzes.
Yeah, yeah. They even had a god who was like associated with them, always like.
The tree of
Theme.
plant jizz. Or the god of plant jizz.
Well, his name was Min, M-I-N, and
The little dwarf guy.
no,
No, that's not the little
no,
dwarf guy.
he kind of looks like a black skin Osiris, but with a third limb.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
Trying to
I
be very
need.
PC.
I don't know what Power Rangers look like, so I either need to fake this or.
Do you know what Kamen Rider looks like?
Kind of. My aphantasia is bad. Like, you say Kamen Rider, I'm like, yeah, the bug guy. Maybe this. That's all I can get. He's got a scarf, I think, right? He's got a scarf. Wait, is Kamen Rider the
Beetle guy? Yeah.
the cicada guy? Is that right?
So it was like a fighting beetle.
Does Kamen Rider have
Probably
the
is
horn?
a cicada.
He is a
Here,
cicada.
look, I'll save you. This is Power
Thank you.
Rangers.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I needed. Diamond. They have diamonds on their chests.
I've had that figure before.
Kid. What is this?
Oh,
Huh?
there are almost as many Kamen Riders as there are Power Rangers.
Oh yeah. Like I think Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was like the third iteration of the Rangers when it came like in Japan, but it was our first iteration here in the States.
Right.
Big bad.
It's just
Beetleborgs.
surprising because I thought that Kamen Rider was an individual and Power Rangers has always been a team of at least 3.
Well, they're different. They're not. They weren't. I don't. They might have
No.
crossovers, but like they're different things.
Yeah,
they are different.
That's I'm mentioning that specifically because of how impressive it is that there are as many Kamen Riders as there are.
Yeah, Drew was just unaware that there was more than one Kamen Rider.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
correct.
Okay. I don't want to do the teeth. Was the first iteration of Power Rangers dinosaurs? Kid.
Yes, yeah.
At least for us, it was.
Well, I'm just saying, what were the? If you said there were 3 iterations, what was the first 2?
Well, let me look because I've not watched it.
So the first generation was we'll say prehistoric creatures because pterodactyl and saber-toothed tiger and mastodon were included, and those are not dinosaurs. And then they I think the second iteration was they were like Ninja Rangers specifically, and they had modern creatures. The only one I remember specifically was the Black Ranger because he had a poison dart frog, which was awesome, and in the movie it did electricity just like every other black superhero. But it was very cool. And I don't know about the third iteration.
Did this backwards.
This is the first one in Japan.
Oh wow.
Oh,
These guys. So not too dissimilar from just being Kamen Riders.
yeah. Was that 70s or 80s? I
Hang
can't tell.
75 to 77.
God, the kangaroo nose on this guy.
What were their summons?
I don't know if they had Zords.
Hmm,
They
okay. That one's got a heart on its face.
Yes. Yes, it does. Probably the girl one. I'm not escaping.
Thank you.
Not escaping kangaroo. Big Bad Beetleborgs. I remember Big Bad Beetleborgs. At least the TV show. I never got into the comics.
Oh, this is weird.
Ugh, kid.
I was wrong. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as we know it here in the States, was the 16th team of
Oh
Super
my goodness.
Sentai.
Long and storied tradition.
Yep. It looked like the one before them had bird-themed ones.
So they were proper dinosaurs. Don't everybody laugh at my paleontology joke.
Oh, I got muted. Sorry.
Here's the
Just
second
lost his
team,
mind.
which seems to be a deck of cards.
Okay.
Is the
I tried watching it
middle
a few
guy
years ago. It felt like I was watching something illegal. Okay.
But yeah, Beetleborgs is weird. Like it's really weird.
That mummy? What mummy are we talking about?
There was a mummy.
All right.
There's a mummy?
Yeah, in Beetleborgs, they're like. Okay, so like in the show, it is a bunch of.
I never watched it, just so you know. Never even heard of it.
Okay,
I don't know what it is
so,
either.
A bunch of like preteen kids, go to a haunted house, like just in their town, and there is a ghost there, and there is a mummy, and there is a vampire and a werewolf. Was that all of them? White lasagna? I can't remember. Oh yeah, the girl who was like 11 years old and yeah, it was weird and gross around her.
Was
Anyway,
that like the American version of
yeah,
Americans trying to make Power Rangers?
Well, no, it's also
kind of.
Japanese.
Was it?
Yeah, no, well, yeah, the TV show that we got here from America though. I don't know if it was Nickelodeon or not, but anyway. But yeah, they get their powers by being saved by the ghost, and the ghost, or saving the ghost. I can't remember. They get their powers from the ghost character, whose name is Flabber. I don't know why. It was.
I think I've done
was a
with this
very
Power
weird
Ranger
show.
concept. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I know.
Plus, that feels a little fan arty, so I'm gonna call it. I feel like I drew Chester Cheetah. You know what? I'm just gonna delete this and start over. I want to draw an actual kobold, and then I'm gonna, instead of trying to make it a Power Ranger, I'm just gonna make it my own thing. That feels more
Atomic
appropriate.
Sorcerer's got us. Those are all the monsters that were in Beetleborgs.
Okay. I remember the weird. That looks familiar.
Yeah, no.
The blue guy with the weird nose and chin is the ghost character.
Was it Power Rangers but with monsters? Is that what it's supposed to be?
No, not really, because it was Power Rangers, but like everything is pulled directly from the comic books. So it was super meta because the kids get their powers by wishing them out of the comics, and there's some sort of mistake or something, and the villains from the Beetleborg comics also come out and start pulling bad guys out of the comics, out of the comic run each week, in order to fight the kids.
That sounds familiar. I don't remember this at all though. Like, I don't remember being good enough that I thought about it at all. But that sounds
It wasn't.
familiar.
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just not talk about that.
It was made by the same people who made Power Rangers.
Okay.
They've been entertainment. And it apparently only aired on Fox Kids, and it only had 2 seasons.
Okay. Almost fell asleep over lunch. I think I needed it. Spent the last week attempting to get some CPAP machine. Yeah, CPAP machines are rough. I don't have one, but I have many family members that use them, and they all say it takes a little while to get used to. Saw a video saying that WotC laid off a huge chunk of their VTT staff. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, or me.
The thing that a lot of people don't get about like the game industry and like what's the Marvel Rivals just laid off a bunch of their dev team too. And like it's a huge undertaking to develop this, but then once you have it developed, you don't need the staff anymore. Like you don't need the huge chunk of people to maintain a system that you do to develop it. And in the game industry, a lot of companies get around this by when they start development, they'll hire a shit ton of people on 1 or 2 year contracts and then keep about 10 to 20% of them and lay off the rest of them. And so smaller companies get away with it by just having less people and then having a longer development time. So WotC getting as much done as they did in 2.5 years is bananas, but I'm not surprised that they fired a bunch of people. Just 'cause
Their pre-sales are also not doing great, so
yeah, maybe they won't keep it. Who knows? It's funny that you're drawing a Power Ranger. I ran a Power Ranger one-shot last year for my birthday. Also, currently, campaign is going to end with a character in the giant robot fight. Nice. Is that good? Oh my, kid. Yeah, I don't know if that's good for you. I don't know if you should be eating that. Here, have one of these. These are better. You have a whole tray of snacks. Why are you stealing my stuff? Okay. I think I might be burning out. It's 1 o'clock.
yep.
We've been going for a while.
I'm running out of steam.
I think we'll finish this up and then we'll probably call it. I'm a big fan of the Eidolon from Pathfinder, which is essentially Power Rangers. But like the Warlock could also be a Power Ranger. Like there's no reason it couldn't be that way.
Also the Vigilante.
Sure, yep.
It's a weird class.
You want to Iron Man it up? Go for it. Wait, is Bri? I just had a realization from an hour and a half ago.
Huh.
Why was Bri trying to buy a gun at Walmart?
Don't ask me. I'd say ask him, but he's left the call.
He had to go to Cabela's. Did Bass Pro just buy all the Cabela's? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay. I've only just now realized. I tried to go to a Cabela's the other day, and I was like, "What the fuck is a Bass Pro?"
Yeah, Bass Pro just kind of absorbed Cabela's into its empire
Okay.
centered in Atlanta with the giant pyramid.
I always
Sorry, with
forget
me.
about the giant pyramid.
I've been in it. It used to be the like a basketball court arena for like whatever basketball team that was in Atlanta.
Oh.
Wait, was it Atlanta or was it Memphis?
Kid, you were just...
Damn.
You're gonna hurt yourself. Please stop. Let me just cram my face up into the desk. No, stop it. Hey. Hey, come on.
Okay, it's Memphis, not Atlanta. I was wrong. It felt like Atlanta though. Yeah, it was.
You want this? Here.
Yeah, it was like home to the University of Memphis's basketball team, and then like went to like national basketball team, and then I think the football league was part of in it at one point, and then Bass Pro just bought it and put a store in it.
The automotions from PF2 are insane. I haven't looked at those. Are we talking about the Eidolons?
Automatons?
The automaton ancestry, the robots.
Yeah.
Kid. Oh, Jesus.
Good indication the stream's wrapping up.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's just... I've never seen this Bass Pro pyramid. That is bananas.
I'll say if you're ever in Tennessee, near Memphis, it's there. It has like a fish aquarium in it.
Yeah, see, my Cabela's in Idaho had that too.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, I think they got bought out and, like, nothing changed. Like, nothing changed.
Yeah, I think it was just like a merger thing, and they're like, well, why waste the money of taking these down? Keep up all these displays.
You know, a Path Builder making random characters. Okay, nice. Is that why we stopped getting the Cabela's hunting games? Oh, maybe.
As well as the big, massive Cabela catalogs.
Nobody's ever at your Walmart? That's weird. Or at the gun counter. I think you may have redrawn everything in the stream at least once. Probably.
You know what? Sometimes you gotta do that.
Second time will always be better and faster.
I for sure redrew everything that I drew today at least twice. Which is probably one of the reasons why right now I feel like I have been punched in the gut and had gone through electroshock therapy. My brain is tired.
This kid is spinning. I don't know what's going on here. He just had like an hour-long nap on me, but apparently that wasn't enough. I'll go read him a book or go for a walk or something.
Mm.
Take a in a book.
No, you do not do that, kid. Jesus. What if I take this sharp thing and just run it across the screen?
I mean, you've got a thing and you're putting it on the screen.
Oh, I let him draw. Like I have a tablet, an old tablet pen that he's broken already. So I'll let him just noodle from time to time. But yeah, no, he He loves to draw on stuff. So he's got his own crayons and his own art board. He just can't let me do any of it. It's just, he wants to do it all the time. You dropped it. It's gone now. Yeah. This might be the most badass kobold I've ever drawn. Turns out they just have to be Power Rangers to not be goofy. Oh, that's so good. Look on camera.
How can you-
Okay, gotcha.
How can a kobold not be goofy though?
Yeah.
You need to stop.
I think it's the goofiness squared because Power Rangers are already kind of goofy, right? So Super Sentai plus Kobold equals, like, they cancel each other out. It's multiplying a negative by a negative. I am surprised that I have never heard of a Let's Play thing doing a like a Super Sentai Goblin or Kobold team campaign.
Maybe you're just not looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if Power Rangers are exactly popular here in the States anymore.
They're not really, but they are meme-worthy enough that I feel like it's something that
Okay, hey.
Vantress, for example, might do.
We're gonna call it here. This kid's getting too
Rowdy.
spicy. Smacked my glasses off my face, so we're gonna.
Ooh. Never
We're
do
gonna
that to
call
a
it.
person who wears glasses.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for hanging out today, everybody. Thanks for the suggestions. That's all I have. I don't have anything else today. Go watch the videos. They'll be they're still there. If you're on YouTube, we're gonna go check out somebody's stream, whose name I've forgotten, which I feel bad about now. But we'll go check them out if they're still on. If not, sorry, and we'll catch you next week. Next week will be a little different, I think, or is it the week after? I might still have another week, so we'll be around. I'll probably be back tonight working on some game stuff. In the Discord, if people want to hang out there, you're very welcome to. Otherwise, stay happy, stay healthy, keep your eyes on the table, and we'll catch everybody next time. Bye, everybody.
I'll see ya.
Bye.